Hi, this is Martha Sheriff. This video is for those of you who are wanting to cut fabric and then border it with HtV. So let's just start real quickly. I'm going to kind of show you a little bit about how I make some designs sometimes right off the bat. So I'm going to start with a circle, duplicate right. I'm going to scoot this over a little bit. Alright, the next one I'm going to use the Polygon. Before I do that, let me zoom in on this so I can get a good view of it. Alright, notice I have my crosshairs on. These crosshairs are extremely valuable. I know a lot of people think they get in their way, but when you're doing something like this, they're very important. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start my polygon here, and I'll put in a point, and then I'll put a point over here. If you'll watch my crosshairs, you can see when I'm exactly on the same point that my line is not at an angle, it is a straight line. So that helps me with that. And then the next thing I'm going to do is line this center thing up with the center, and then I'll go back over here to finish it. And that's how you make a polygon. Okay. Now I'm going to go select the whole thing and weld. So now I have a heart. What I'm going to do first is clean up these two little points here. I'll zoom a box around those and zoom in on those. I can double click to get my points, or I could go up to the point edit tool. So what I'm going to do is click on that one, and I'm going to delete it. And I will slide over here and do the same thing over here. I'll select that point and delete it. Okay, so now we have a heart. We'll go back up here to our selection. So depending on how big you want it, you can make it whatever size you want. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is do an external offset. So I go up to my offset window and I do an offset. Now I've changed my preferences to millimeters, and 4 millimeters is about a ½ inch. So what I'm going to do is change this to 3, and I'm also going to change it to corner because I think I want a flat point down here, and click apply. Okay, so we have that. Now the next thing I want to do is take this offset and do an internal offset. And I want to make that at a 6. And we might make that bigger. Let's make that at 8. Click, I just hit my return and it did the apply. Okay, so now we have our fabric cut here, the center line, and this inner line and the outer line. The first thing we want to do with this is make a compound path. Now the reason I'll do that is you'll see in just a second. So now these are connected and I can fill those in. So let me do a Control Z here to get this back. Alright, so I'm going to select my inner line here. That's going to be my fabric cut. So let's just throw some fabric in here real quick. Okay. And now I will select my outer line, which is going to be a compound path. We'll use a solid for that. And there is our, let's see if we can bring this to the front. Alright, that's how that will work. So that's as simple as it is. Offset is super easy, but it's an extremely useful tool. So I'll see you in the next frame.